Across the United States, an invisible but potent adversary has taken hold. As of today, June 23, 2025, a massive and stubborn heat dome is settling over vast swaths of the country, bringing with it a wave of dangerously high temperatures. This is not just a typical summer scorcher, it is a prolonged and intense weather event that is putting millions of people at risk. Forecasts are predicting temperatures soaring into the triple digits, a reality that feels more like science fiction for some regions. The heat is relentless, offering little to no relief even after the sun sets, creating a cumulative effect that strains both human bodies and the infrastructure we rely on every single day. The sheer scale of this event is staggering, with its oppressive grip stretching from the heart of the Midwest, across the Great Lakes, and into the densely populated corridors of the Northeast. Major metropolitan areas are on high alert. Cities like Chicago and Detroit are bracing for actual temperatures near 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but the heat index, what it actually feels like to the human body when humidity is factored in, is expected to climb to a breathtaking 110 degrees. Further east, iconic cities such as New York and Boston are preparing for a multi-day heat wave with highs in the upper 90s, where the thick, humid air will make being outdoors feel suffocating and dangerous for extended periods. This is more than just an inconvenience. It is a serious public health concern. The National Weather Service has issued widespread heat alerts affecting more than 135 million people, a number that underscores the gravity of the situation. These alerts are not mere suggestions but urgent warnings. The term dangerously hot conditions is being used by meteorologists and public officials to convey the severity of the threat. This heat dome is described as being particularly potent because of its slow-moving nature, meaning communities will have to endure these extreme conditions for an extended period, compounding the risks and testing the resilience of emergency services and power grids. The reality on the ground is that everyday life is being fundamentally altered. Outdoor events are being canceled, construction work is being rescheduled to the cooler, pre-dawn hours, and officials are scrambling to open public cooling centers for those without access to air conditioning. This heat dome is a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of our modern society to extreme weather patterns. As the heat continues to build throughout the week, the focus remains squarely on public safety and the critical importance of heeding the warnings from experts who understand the profound danger posed by this silent atmospheric siege. So what exactly is a heat dome? The term might sound like something from a disaster movie, but it is a very real and well-understood meteorological phenomenon. In the simplest terms, a heat dome occurs when a strong high-pressure system develops in the upper atmosphere and remains stationary over a region for an extended period. This high-pressure system acts like a lid on a pot, pushing warm air downward and trapping it at the surface. As the air sinks, it compresses and heats up even more, creating a feedback loop that intensifies the heat day after day, baking the landscape below. Underneath this atmospheric lid, the normal circulation patterns that would typically bring in cooler air are blocked. The jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high in the atmosphere, is often forced to buckle and go around the high-pressure zone, leaving the area stagnant and sweltering. This is why the heat from a dome is so persistent and offers so little overnight relief. Without the flushing effect of new air masses, the heat that builds up during the day has nowhere to go at night. The concrete and asphalt of our cities, which absorb solar radiation all day, continue to radiate that heat back out, keeping nighttime temperatures uncomfortably and dangerously high. The current heat dome blanketing the United States is being described by meteorologists as particularly stubborn. Its slow-moving nature is what makes it so perilous. Instead of a quick 1 or 2 day heat spike, communities are facing a marathon of extreme temperatures. This prolonged exposure is what elevates the risk of serious heat-related illnesses, as the human body is given no chance to recover from the thermal stress. The constant oppressive heat wears down our natural cooling mechanisms, making everyone, but especially vulnerable populations, susceptible to the dangers of heat exhaustion and the more life-threatening condition of heat stroke. Understanding the mechanics of a heat dome is crucial for appreciating the severity of the warnings being issued. It is not just about a few hot afternoons, it is about a sustained atmospheric event that fundamentally changes the environment we live in for days on end. The air becomes stagnant, pollutants can get trapped closer to the ground, and the relentless sun beats down with unusual intensity. This is a weather system that demands respect and caution, as its effects are far-reaching, impacting everything from our personal health to the stability of our critical infrastructure, which was often not designed to withstand such prolonged periods of extreme thermal stress. The most immediate and concerning impact of a powerful heat dome is the threat it poses to human health. Extreme heat is a silent killer, and its effects are most acutely felt by the most vulnerable among us, the elderly, young children, individuals with pre-existing medical conditions, and outdoor workers. When the body can no longer cool itself effectively, it can lead to heat exhaustion, characterized by dizziness, nausea, and heavy sweating. If not treated, this can quickly escalate to heat stroke, a medical emergency where the body's core temperature rises to dangerous levels, potentially causing permanent disability or even death. The lack of overnight cooling amplifies this risk significantly. Beyond the direct health impacts, our nation's infrastructure is put under immense strain. The most obvious pressure point is the electrical grid. As millions of homes and businesses crank up their air conditioning units simultaneously, the demand for electricity can surge to record levels. This places an enormous burden on power plants and transmission lines, increasing the risk of brownouts or widespread blackouts. A power outage during a severe heat wave is a worst-case scenario, as it would leave countless people without the very tool they need most to stay safe: air conditioning. This vulnerability highlights the urgent need to modernize our grid to handle the increasing demands of a warmer climate. The ripple effects of a prolonged heat event disrupt the very fabric of daily life. Schools may be forced to close or alter schedules to protect students, and businesses with outdoor operations face difficult decisions about employee safety and productivity. Public transportation can be affected, as extreme heat can cause railway tracks to buckle or expand. Agriculture is also hit hard, with crops withering under the intense sun and livestock suffering from heat stress. Even simple outdoor recreational activities become hazardous, forcing people indoors and altering the social rhythm of communities. This event serves as a critical stress test for our emergency preparedness and response systems. Cities are activating cooling centers, public service announcements are blanketing the airwaves, and first responders are on high alert for heat-related calls. The effectiveness of these measures can be the difference between life and death. It underscores the importance of community resilience and looking out for one another, checking on elderly neighbors, ensuring friends and family have a cool place to stay, and recognizing the signs of heat stress are actions we can all take to mitigate the human cost of this dangerous weather phenomenon. It is impossible to discuss an event like this potent heat dome without addressing its connection to our changing climate. While heat waves are a natural part of summer, scientists are clear that climate change is making them more frequent, more intense, and longer lasting. The record-breaking global heat we witnessed in 2023 and 2024 was not an anomaly. It was part of a clear and accelerating trend. This 2025 heat dome fits squarely into that pattern. The warming of the planet, driven by the burning of fossil fuels, is loading the dice for more extreme weather events. A warmer baseline temperature means that heat waves start from a higher launch pad, making it easier to reach unprecedented and dangerous highs. This particular heat dome is a powerful real-world example of climate models and predictions coming to life. For years, climate scientists have warned that one of the most direct consequences of global warming would be an increase in the severity of summer heat. We are seeing that play out in real time. The urban heat island effect further exacerbates the problem in our cities, where materials like concrete, steel, and asphalt absorb and retain far more heat than natural landscapes. This means that urban centers can be several degrees hotter than surrounding rural areas, placing city dwellers at an even greater risk during events like this one. In the face of this challenge, it is crucial to focus on safety and adaptation. The most important advice is simple but life-saving. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water, even before you feel thirsty. Avoid strenuous outdoor activities during the hottest part of the day, typically between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. If you do not have air conditioning, seek out public cooling centers, libraries, or shopping malls to find relief. And most importantly, never, ever leave children or pets unattended in a vehicle where temperatures can become lethal in a matter of minutes. Checking on your neighbors, especially those who are elderly or live alone, is a simple act of compassion that can save a life. As we navigate this immediate crisis, we also need to look toward the future. This heat dome is a call to action. I want to hear from you. How is this heat wave affecting your community? What practical, ingenious ways have you found to stay cool and keep your family safe? please share your stories and your tips in the comments below. Your experience can help someone else get through this. By sharing information and raising awareness, we can build more resilient communities prepared to face the impacts of our changing climate. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for reading.